Hey, how's it going, everybody? Well, we are in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's our last night here.
Our last night here. What a shock. It's been fun, huh?
Oh, man.
She just got a warning. My girlfriend was just pulled over for speeding. Or not speeding, she had a busted tail light or blown out tail.
So, yeah, day 13. We're kind of giving our reviews on things here in Vegas.
Yeah,
we ate at this place, what was it called?
Oh, Tender Steak and Seafood.
I think it was called just Tender, and we didn't realize how swanky it was. We walk into the place.
Oh, yes.
First off, it was like we were in school. He was told to take off his damn hat.
Sir, we would really appreciate it. All we ask is that you take your hat off.
Yeah, and so everybody else was like all decked out. They got their dates, and we roll in. He's got his Moonman, and I got my Moonman wolf pack. So
it was fun.
It was interesting.
$25 for a steak, though. We didn't get any kind of.
It was good. I will say that.
The steak was really good.
The bread was good.
We didn't get any sides. We got bread, but the steak was really good. For $25, it damn well better be good.
Oh yeah.
But we decided to make this kind of little video about the 3 shows that we've seen here in Vegas. Like, last time we were here, it was all about the gambling. We wanted to see about gambling.
Yeah, we realized it was so overhyped.
We have not spent a dime. I haven't spent a dime.
We haven't spent a single penny on gambling.
I haven't done pennies. But
yeah, we did a lot of brew reviews and shit, too.
We did brew reviews.
But, yeah, you'll see them coming.
I did, like, 3 WTFs. Just random bullshit here and there, but this time we really wanted to do like some of the shows because everybody talked about Vegas shows. You gotta go see a show. You gotta go see a show. Well, we saw 3 shows.
That's right.
So the very first one we saw was the one I wanted to see the very first night we were here, and that was Tournament of Kings.
Yes.
Loved that show.
Meal included, by the way.
Meal included.
We got front row, buddy.
Yeah, we went there for the box office, and we just said 2 for or the Tournament of Kings, and she's like, "Well, I got front row seats," and I'm like, "We'll take them." Yeah, if you've never been to like a medieval times restaurant or anything like it, here's the setup. It's basically like a horseshoe that you sit in, and the pit down in the middle of it is like this dirt pit. That's where they perform at. They get it all geared up in their Renaissance attire, but the cool part is that your seating arrangements, you basically cheer on the guy in the tournament that you're with. We had Ireland, I believe.
Yeah, we were Ireland.
So you had like Ireland, you had Russia, Spain, Norway, France. They all had their different sections, and those are the guys that you cheered for. And you got a meal with it.
Yeah, no utensils needed.
No, they had no utensils. So 3-course meal. The first thing we had was, they called it what? Dragon blood soup.
Yeah, it was basically, what did we say? SpaghettiOs with the pasta strained out of it.
You take Campbell's SpaghettiOs, strain out the SpaghettiOs, there you go. There's your soup. But it was actually really good.
Yeah, you basically drink it out of the bowl. You had no spoon or nothing. You drank it.
Yeah. Then the second course was like a chicken, like a whole chicken.
Yeah, and you literally finger eat it. You don't, I mean... Yeah, that sounded bad. But yeah, you literally like tear it apart and just tear the meat off the bones.
I wouldn't say it was as big as Squishy Frog. I'd say it was about maybe half the size of Squishy Frog.
Yeah. In fact, the lady beside me couldn't finish hers and wanted to give it to me. It's like, no, I'm good.
You got that. You got like a little chicken, 2 red potatoes, like a tree of broccoli.
Yeah, it was a big tree of broccoli too.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
And then like the dessert was...
Of course, back in the day they didn't have the melted cheese.
No. But like the dessert was kind of like a pastry type thing. It tastes like an apple tart.
It almost reminded me of like one of them toaster strudels.
Toaster strudel.
Yeah, with the do-it-yourself icing, but except that back then they didn't have the do-it-yourself icing.
I think the first thing I thought, I'm like, this is a toaster strudel? That's cool.
That's what it looked like, I thought.
It was really good.
The meal filled you up.
Yeah.
It was a well worth it show, I think.
I think we paid... Not to get into
we had a discount though, didn't we?
We did have discounts on all the shows that we've seen, but I think we only paid maybe $50 a person, if that.
Yeah, that's about right. And we had front row.
But you get a meal with that too. I mean, so
think about it. Vegas meals are fucking expensive.
Yeah, so you get $50 a pop. You get a whole chicken, soup, 2 potatoes, a stalk of broccoli, and a toaster strudel. Plus, you get a show. How could you beat that?
For $50.
And one thing we've learned in Tournament of Kings is when you drink, you go, huzzah!
Drink! Ah! So, yeah, we've been kind of picking that up a little bit on the brew reviews.
We've been doing that a lot, but definitely a cool show because, like, halfway through the tournament, I mean, they had, what, jousting? They had, like, a spear throwing thing. Our guy, the Ireland guy, won that one.
Yeah.
But then, like, halfway through everything, that's when the show really picks up, when the bad guys, the dragon lord shows up or something like that. Because they have a dragon section. They're the bad guys. I wanted to be in the dragon section, but we didn't get to choose our thing. But, well.
Hey, front row's better than nothing.
Oh, yeah, but the costumes were authentic. The fights were awesome.
Take it from a guy who's not even a Renaissance fan. I really do recommend it.
That took months of choreography to do that shit. But if you're ever in Vegas, check that shit out because it is well worth it. Probably my second favorite show. My first favorite show was the other one that we saw the next night.
It was at the titty show.
That was the titty show. Fantasies, it's called.
Because it was titties?
No, it's not because it was titties.
Oh, come on, Greg. Come on, GNC.
It's not. I will explain it. Because as soon as I said that we saw this thing, that's the first... Ooh, you got to see boobies. Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't like the strip clubs where you actually put money in her G-string. This was a very tastefully planned and done show.
This was more, I would call, your burlesque...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
Your burlesque Vegas show that everybody talks about. You go and see, like, one of these Vegas shows. It was topless, yes.
It wasn't full nude, though.
It was not full nude. It wasn't where they were, like, giving lap dances to people. It's not a strip club. It was a very tastefully done show.
And then you had the comedian in there, too, that was...
Yeah.
He was really funny.
Sean something. I'm sorry.
It's in this book here somewhere.
Yeah, I can't really remember his name. See if you can look it up. But
yeah.
Yeah, basically, all it was...
My computer broke.
Were these, I think,
kidding.
like, 9, 10 very attractive women dancing their asses off.
8, because I counted 16 boobs.
There was 8, okay. There were 16 boobs.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
The headliner, the woman in charge of her, what was her name? Jamie Lynch.
Yeah, she's made a few appearances on television.
Amazing performer. She sang her ass off, and it sounded awesome. I read it in the newsletter we got. She was on like
Whitney.
She was on like the X Factor. I think she was like a finalist on the X Factor. Some other things she's done, but very talented singer. Even if she sang like pop music, it was still cool. One of the girls did kind of like a pole dance type contortionist thing where she wrapped around the pole and like was hanging upside down.
All right, his name is Sean Cooper.
Sean E. Cooper.
And then what was it? Yeah, Robin Leach.
Robin Leach even gave this thing a gold star. In fact, there was a couple there who was celebrating their
46.
46.
They sat maybe 2 rows behind us.
46 wedding anniversary. These people were
Jamie
celebrating.
Lynch. Yep, she was the one. She was a singer.
Awesome. Probably the high. There it is. Yep. Not all the women were there, but
no, I think maybe half of them were there. Maybe they rotate them and switch them every show.
Probably the highlight of the show was, I think her name was Sonia.
Is that the one in the silk curtains?
Yes. There was these 2 long red silk curtains hanging down, and she crawled up the thing. She was flipping around, wrapped around them, just hanging upside down. And there was a point where she wrapped the curtains all around her and literally like just let go and tumbled all the way down to the stage. Totally awesome. That got a standing ovation from me. I don't think I was the only one that stood up and applauded that bitch. The girl was not a bitch. I meant the act itself.
You're gonna have them coming after us now.
No, but definitely fantasy. Even if, I mean, again, yes, you think, oh, strip show, ooh, you saw boobies. That played very little into it.
Yeah, in fact, if you're not offended by boobies, it's a very good show for really anybody to see.
Actually, you know what? This is probably just me. About the 3rd act, that when they were dancing around, the topless thing kind of completely left my mind. The shock value wore off quick. We'll say that. Like,
yeah, but I still looked at them.
Oh yeah, I mean you look at them, but at the same time you're not looking for them. That's the thing.
Well, it's like the demand. There's like not as much demand for them, so it's like you're not really looking for them anymore.
Because there was a part where Jamie introduced all the girls and they like stripped off. They ripped their tops off. There was the shock factor. Once that was done, everything else was all about the show. And yeah, Shawnee Cooper, funny as hell.
That dude, you want to talk about funny Michael Jackson impressions?
He jumped up. He first came out as James Brown. Couldn't understand a word he said. He did that on purpose. And then there was the two people in the front row. We got front row for this one, but we were off in the corner, so we kind of.
Now this couple that they were kind of picking on, Brittany and Adam, they were like dead center.
Dead center. And even Jamie Lynch, when she was walking through the crowd, she's like, "If you don't make eye contact with me, I won't fuck with you." But apparently they make eye contact. But yeah, they had Adam up there, dressed up like Elvis. That was kind of funny. And then the Shawnee Cooper just got on this dude's girlfriend for like
Brittany
the entire show. I think there was like 35 minutes left in the show. He didn't let up on her for 1 second.
I'm surprised that other fans didn't try and get their autographs. They were almost like the guests of the show, really.
Yeah.
But it was all good fun. They were good sports about it.
Yeah. I said this before on my Facebook when I talked about it. These girls are ultra talented. Like, no bones about it. Like, they got...
What'd you say? You got boners about it?
No. Well, we're not talking about that. Honestly, it's a show worth watching. You might not believe it, but it is worth seeing.
How much? Yeah, we got front row on that one, and with discount. How much was that? I think it was right around $60 a person.
Yeah.
With discount.
Yeah. $60.
Yeah, because I think it was $75 if we didn't have the room here.
Because tickets start. It says here at $39. That's like the cheap seat.
That's like the back row where you can't
we
see
got
nothing.
Front row. So I would say 60, 70. But that was probably my favorite show, and not for the titties. Okay, it actually was a very entertaining show.
Just a little behind the scenes in that show, even though it really doesn't have much to do with the show, but the audience in it. What about them Canadians that were beside us? They wanted us to go to an actual strip club right after that show.
Yeah, they were drunk.
They were from Ontario, I believe.
They were from Ontario. They were pretty drunk when they got there, and they said like, "Hey, we're going to Sapphires later. You guys want to come?"
I think they thought we were pussies or something for not going. But hey, we got women at home.
I don't trust anybody taking me anywhere that I don't know. Even if I knew them, I'd probably still not go. But these guys were total strangers. They probably would have left us or rolled us or something. I don't know. So, Fantasy was my personal favorite. Now, tonight, on our last night, we saw Chris Angel Believe.
Oh, man.
This was your favorite show.
I'd have to rank that as my favorite. Yep. Fantasy, a very close second.
Yeah, I love Tournament of Kings, though. That was my second. That was my personal second. But, I mean, Chris Angel, I had seen a few things about him on TV. Hadn't really watched any of his shows, but yeah, the shit he was doing on TV was pretty mind-blowing, but then you thought, well, it's TV. Then you go and see his show, and you, just like the title says, you become a believer. This was an awesome show. I had no problems with this show whatsoever. I love the fact that like the stage was kind of like this gothic, almost like a gaslight or steampunk type atmosphere to it. It was just, there was gears and everything like that. It just looked really gothic, and the music playing and everything like that.
Well, even the intro was good. I mean, they had about a 10-minute intro of random stuff going on there.
His assistants came out first, and they kind of like warmed the crowd up with just like basic magic tricks, the scarf and
the doves,
the card tricks and everything like that.
Speaking of which, when those doves all flew back in the window there was one that kind of like got sidetracked and looped around and flew back in.
Highly trained birds on that one, but yeah, when Chris Angel got there, that's when the show really started. And watching like the preview videos downstairs at the beginning, it looked like it was just gonna be this weird kind of like look into his mind type thing. That was one thing I was kind of disappointed.
I did like the little the little slideshow he did, and then his assistant was kind of fucking with it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a picture of you in the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was 1 year old, I was taller than you.
Yeah.
That was good.
It was part magic, part comedy, and that's
Part serious.
That's what worked.
He kind of blended it all together quite well, I must say.
Yeah, definitely Chris Angel is what you would call an entertainer. He definitely does he does a great job on doing that. I'm not gonna really go through like, oh, this is. I think there was a guy actually like 2 rows behind me. Every trick that this dude did.
We were 5th row, by the way.
5th row on this one, and we got a major discount on that. I think the sections that we were in were like $150, but we got like 40% off.
I think our tickets were $97 a piece because we had a room here.
So, 150, 97.
Now, no meal with it, but I still think it was a well worth it show.
You know, I definitely would not pay $150 to go see that. I would pay the cheap seats. But with the discount, $97, you can't beat it. But
with that being said, if you're going to go see a show in Vegas, whether it's those 3 or any of them, you want to do your research and then make sure what hotels are affiliated with it.
Yeah, because
I mean, this is kind of affiliated with Excalibur.
Yeah, Excalibur and Luxor kind of they do like cross promotional things.
I think sure Mandalay Bay does them too.
Probably they do, but we got discounts at all 3 shows, and the little coupon book that they give you with your key, look through that because you will find deals. We got $20 off our food tonight, even though we kind of did the math. They only took off our beers, but oh well, that's $20 that you're not spending. You can spend that on other things.
Oh man, that was hilarious. We
spend,
were the only ones in there with like one Wolfpack and No Man, and everybody else is all slanked out.
You can spend your $20 on 3 beers.
Shit, well I spent $20 today on those frozen drinks.
Yeah.
I had the Strabama, I guess it's called, and the Coco Loco.
Coco Loco. But
or no, I had the Call Girl.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
No, I'm not. I don't mean a real call girl. There's somebody out there who's watching.
Like,
she'll probably give me hell for that.
Excuse me? You have a call girl? What? But getting back to Chris Angel.
Yeah, back on track.
I guess he worked with Cirque du Soleil. They do like all these shows pretty much. But you know, they have these weird guys in like these demonic bunny rabbit outfits. I love that. Some of the highlights, he picked 3 random people in the audience. Like, he asked the one guy his name, he asked some girl where she was from, and some dude's, like, favorite number.
He says, no, don't pick 69.
Yeah, don't pick 69. And, like, there was like, this dude, at the very beginning of the show, hung this metal box up above the stage.
And it was there the whole time, by the way.
It was there the entire time, nobody screwed with it. And it came down, and Chris Angel opened the box, he's like, alright. He opens up this piece of paper, and it said, like, the guy's name was Ruben, girls from California, number 7, blew my mind. The guy next to me, he was loaded, just completely loaded.
Yeah, dude was from Kansas City.
But he just kept looking over at me, he goes, this man is not from this planet. Every single trick, he's like, dude, the last time I say this dude is not from this planet. The last time he did it to me, I repeated back to him, and I think he stopped. But some of the other tricks he did, yeah, the birds.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier.
The Cooper kid.
Yeah, they were really busted on him. He's setting that little hand thing.
Well, first, Chris Angel had this tray. He's like, these are Harry Houdini's personalized cups.
That's whenever the tray broke.
Yeah, and then he goes like, here, Cooper, hold on to this, and we'll do this trick. And all of a sudden, like, one of the handles gives out, and Chris, of course, walks away like he's pissed. And this poor Cooper kid, he's just standing up there on stage, and I'm like,
Meanwhile, Chris is like trying to get a date with his mom.
Yeah. But then they do like these giant cups, and they threw the one guy in, but Cooper got like a lap dance, pretty much.
And a free magic kit.
From one of the yeah, he got a free magic kit. That son of a bitch. Then they did what Chris called like the most extreme stunt they ever did.
That the blade.
Yeah, he talked about how this one girl who was at a show one time when they first debuted this, fainted. And he said, like, okay, like, I am now forced to make this.
We had a little meeting with the Luxor.
Yeah,
he was kind of going on that
like
whole
this
spiel.
parental advisory, and all they really did was like they tied up one of his assistants, took this giant saw blade and like bring it down and cut her in half. I guess if you're squeamish, it's one thing. I didn't see a problem.
I didn't see no blood.
There was no blood. You know, there were sparks and everything, but that was about it. Sorry,
Good going.
Yeah, just a lot of illusionary stuff, a lot of like sleight of hand things. It was cool. The guy, of course, like I said, 2 rows back from us, I kind of heard him saying like, "Oh, this is how they did it. Like that's how he did it." Oh, you want him to tell you here? Dude,
fuck off.
You don't go to a magic show and there's always that guy. There's always that one killjoy that says, "Oh, this is how I really did it." Now, fuck you. Like, I was ready to turn around like, dude, I just paid $90 to see this. Fuck you. I'm not drunk, but that just pisses me off.
You know what pisses me off? Yeah, it's a shame we didn't record the rant earlier today. Otherwise, that probably would have been thrown in there.
But, you know, definitely worth it. If you get a chance to see Chris Angel, check him out. He's way better on TV. His collection of motorcycles he has in this building are off the charts. I mean, they are unbelievably cool.
I'm willing to believe, like I said earlier, he probably buys a new one every couple of years, and then he'll take the second newest one and just display it.
Yeah, put it up and display. He had, my favorite was the Diablo, kind of like the lowrider chopper.
I like the skeleton.
The skeleton was.
That's
really
the one that he actually had on stage.
Yeah,
that
did.
British woman was called up to volunteer, and she guessed it right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was one of the other tricks that they built this box.
Yeah, and
she said like he had a display of all of his motorcycles, and he's like, all right, look at this picture, pick your favorite, but don't tell me what it is. And he counted down to 3, and she said the skeleton. And he opened the box, and sure enough, the skeleton was there. How he did it, I don't know. But everybody's gonna be like, she was a plant. I'm like, fuck you. So the 3 shows we saw: Tournament of Kings, Fantasy, Chris Angel.
Well, my ratings: Chris Angel, Fantasy, Tournament of Kings. That's my order.
Mine's Fantasy, Tournament of Kings, Chris Angel. So kind of reversed, not much. So next time we come here, I want to check out more shows. Of course, like you said, do your research on which hotel you're staying at.
We would have to stay if we wanted to see some of those Tiger Instructor shows, we'd have to go to MGM over here.
I want to see Celine Dion. That means we'll have to stay.
You sure you don't want to see Menopause the musical?
That's playing here.
Yeah, I'm having a pleasure.
But yeah, Celine Dion.
Or Carrot Top. That's another show playing here at the Luxor.
Celine's playing over at Caesars. I can't afford Caesars.
Or what? Planet Hollywood. They got Meatloaf and Britney Spears, I think.
Britney's coming in November or December, one of those days.
Oh, and then what? Mandalay Bay. If we're gonna be talking rock bands, you got Trivium and Trapped.
Yeah.
Coming October, I think it's 17th over at Mandalay Bay, right behind us here.
And we'll be gone that day. We'll be
flying home. Unfortunately, yeah, we're gonna be back in Memphis by then, and on our way to see Silver Tongue. Yeah.
Woo! So, I hope this little guide to Vegas was entertaining for you to tell you about the shows that we saw.
Basically, take it as a recommendation on,
we saw
what to do before you go if you want to see shows.
We saw sword fighting, titties, and magic. How could you possibly beat that?
And drink a lot of beer.
Yeah,
speaking of which, we're recording from a toilet.
I'm a full-blown alcoholic by the end of this trip.
Is it because of me?
It's because of you.
I don't know. I thought that started when we did the brew review.
No, I've never drank this much. So yeah, this is our last night in Vegas. It's been fun.
Yeah, and I hope you guys have been following along on the vids we've been posting.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just Vegas either.
We did it all.
We started the videos from when we left my driveway in Pennsylvania, cleaned down to Memphis, and then from when we flew, and then once we left Vegas here to Arizona, up around Utah to the Four Corners and the whole way back, and we're gonna have more videos from like Tennessee all the way back to Baltimore and Pennsylvania. So.
And if you've watched every single one of those videos, you are a diehard fan.
And that don't include the brew reviews and the WTFs we've been recording. That's like a side deal there.
You watch Vegas round 2 videos, you are truly a fan.
Oh yeah, round 1's up, by the way.
Yeah.
Not as much shit there, but...
You're either a huge fan or you feel obligated to watch our shit. And we don't want you to feel obligated.
Yeah. But we just put it out there anyway, just for a laugh.
I think there goes a sign for Sapphires. It's
Yeah.
we still have a chance. We could probably still catch those Canadians. They probably are broke now. It's been about a week, but they're probably broke.
I don't know. How long did they say they were staying out here?
I don't know. What time is it? Maybe we can catch another fantasy show. Nah, the tickets are probably sold out now.
Shit, yeah, you're probably right.
Almost.
Or if we get one, it'll probably be like, well, at least it ain't alcohol abuse.
No.
Or at least if we get one, it'll be like back row. It's like, are those tits or...
Actually, no,
lights?
their place wasn't that big. Or not small. Or that big, yeah.
Yeah, it was average.
I mean,
I think the same place. I think they play Menopause, Carrot Top, and Fantasies all right there.
If you sat in the back row at Fantasy, you're still going to see stuff.
But I think they do all 3 of them shows like every night, like right in a row.
Yeah, Carrot Top goes on probably first, Menopause, then Fantasy. Fantasy always goes on 10:30.
And I remember the first time we were here in Vegas, and we walked the Strip, and we were standing playing on Hollywood. I remember walking to this place and seeing the Menopause musical salon. I remember laughing my fucking ass off. If you go back to round 1 and watch some of them vids.
We come back here some year and it's still playing, I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah.
Just because
I think it's definitely something you can take your girlfriend or your wife.
Just because I feel obligated now. I've been here 3 years. I haven't seen Menopause the musical.
Well, it might be 6 years or more now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our take on those last 3 shows and other shit that we came across in Vegas. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about, like, kind of outside of the subject of shows, but just in general here. I was walking the Strip the other night, and I decided to go walk the Miracle Mile just for old time's sake. And yes, the Chinese guy jacking off in the cuff store going, like you said. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I was walking back across the other bridge, coming back here. It was out by New York, New York. And I'm starting to think the bums here are trying to outdo each other. The weed one was there, like you said, the need weed money. Well, not too far from him was this younger guy. He had a sign that said, "Need sugar mama or change."
Whichever comes first.
I guess he was looking to get mauled by a cougar or something.
Whichever comes first. And then you had to run in with some hookers.
Oh shit! I'm thinking it was hookers, but I didn't stay there long enough to find out. I was on my way back, and you know I rode the tram back, and no, I didn't ride the tram back. No, I actually walked in that
speed walk.
Yeah, I took the speed walk. I was in the section between Excalibur and here at Luxor, and I got ready to approach the one speed walk to come over here, and she kind of taps me on the shoulder, and I look back like, what? She's like, so where are you going tonight? I'm like, I'm just headed back to my room, and she's like, well, do you want to take us with you? And I'm like, what? Say what? And that's how I said. I'm like, what? And that's exactly how I said it too. And she's like, well, do you want to take us with you? And I said, I kind of like looked at her for a couple seconds. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I got a woman at home.
Yeah.
So I kind of turned. She kind of like gave me the pouty lip, and I kind of turned and walked away.
You earned your stripes, dog. You have earned your stripes.
So if she's watching, yeah, I turned down.
He's been loyal. Oh, a shout out to JC Rivers Beef Jerky.
Yeah, down in Phoenix. Actually, they're from California, but they had stands around Phoenix.
Yeah, we're rambling on for God knows how long, but again, thanks for sticking with us all through this wild and crazy 2 weeks. It's almost over.
Yeah, well, we'll still have more to come. We got Silver Tongue yet, so.
Yeah, it's going to be like months before we get all this shit uploaded. But again, thanks for
watching. It's going to be months till I can catch up on sleep.
Yeah, thanks for watching. And next time you see us, we'll probably be Memphis, driving.
That, or we'll be just drinking beer like every week.
Yeah, we have so much beer to drink.
Yeah, I mean, a little behind the scenes on that. We recorded our 70th episode of the Brew Review, and I think as of right now we only have 45 out there, so We got a shit ton of material coming your way.
Yeah, we'll be good for a while.
WTF, I think, we got 13 of those episodes.
Yeah, so.
But yeah.
We're signing off here in Vegas.
96.9 the whip.
Kick
yeah,
ass.
buddy.